Do you have somebody in your life who, no matter what it is you're talking about, no matter what the situation, they always seem to think that they have all the answers? They don't need what it is that you're offering. They don't want your suggestions. They don't want your solutions. Often they don't even want to hear what you have to say about it. And they don't necessarily do this in a rude way. They do it more in a way that exudes certainty within themselves. They are self-assured, which means that this is indicative of the self-assurance strength. And when you have it high, you trust your inner compass. And one of the reasons why you can go through life like this is because you know that it isn't always going to lead you exactly where you want it to. And you're okay with that. People who have self-assurance high are resilient. They're okay with making mistakes because they know that that's part of the process. But they would rather do it their own way and trust their own compass and make their own mistakes and learn from that than to follow what somebody else is telling them or do what they think that they're supposed to do because you're supposed to. But this can also show up low for people, right? So this does not mean that you don't have confidence if self-assurance is low. You can be super confident in however it is that you go about things best, especially when you're using your personal process with intention. That can bring all kinds of confidence. But if you have it low, you just don't think that you're the one with all the answers. You may seek those out from other areas, and depending on what are in your top strengths, are going to tell you what areas you like to seek those answers out. Maybe it's through connection with other people. Maybe it's through talking. Maybe it's through journaling, or it could be from doing things. But you're not going to have certainty until you've had some other form of check-in. So there's a difference there. Again, self-assurance low does not mean low confidence, and self-assurance high does not mean that you're always right. Now, when you're dealing with somebody who has this strength, when it's really high, that can be frustrating because you're like, dude, sorry to break it to you, but you don't have all the answers. And they're like, sorry to break it to you, but I think I do, and I'm okay with it if I don't. I'll figure it out myself. Again, it's like that little video I put on of that little girl. Worry about yourself. I do it myself. That's how self-assurance tend to go about life. And that can be frustrating for people who want to help, for people who want to guide, who think that they might know better than the person who's making those decisions for themselves. So it's important to understand this and not take it personally. It's just part of their process. It isn't that they don't value you or value your opinion. It's just that they trust in themselves above anything else.